Hi folks, back again. Bathrobe Chronicles number 35. Here's another one from South Carolina. You all may remember Wilson, who, I don't know if he's a senator in the House of Representatives. He's the one who called Obama a liar. And then there was, of course, old Mark Sanderson, the governor. Here's another fellow who is in trouble. The name's really not important. He was an assistant attorney general, and after this happened, he resigned. This particular article that I have doesn't have his age, but another one, I think it was 61. Anyway, we have this gentleman who is 61 years old. He was seen to be, not that this is funny, in a cemetery. Police officer saw him. And there was a young lady in the car with him, and as the police officer approached, I believe this gentleman, whatever, this person started up the car and started away. Police officer followed him. He stopped immediately when the police officer, came up behind him. Now, in the car with him was an 18-year-old employee, yes, a babe, of the Platinum Plus Gentlemen's Club. There you go. And when the officer searched his car, he found Viagra and some sex toys. I don't know what the sex toys were, but anyway, that's what the newspaper article said. This sort of shows how we are as human beings, whatever that means. This fellow had been a former state legislator, and at the time that this happened, he was, as I may have mentioned before, an assistant attorney general of the state of South Carolina. That's a pretty prestigious job. And he resigned immediately because of this. And sadly, a lot of us think this is funny. We say, oh, ha, ha, ha. The guy, was being a wiener out there, had this babe in the car with him. He also had the sex toys and Viagra, which in another newspaper article, he said, oh, I have that with me all the time. Sounds like Mark Sanford saying, that this babe down in Argentina was his soulmate. But we tend to laugh at this, and I think a lot of us want those who are up, meaning in a higher station than we are, to fall, and we think it's funny. Folks, it's not really funny. Here's a fellow who, I believe, as I said, is 61 years old, with an 18-year-old, and he gets this national publicity, if you want to use that term, excuse me. And now, for all practical purposes, at least for the time being, it's sort of all over for him. He had a history of being in the legislature. He was a state legislator, he didn't go to Washington or anything. And I would imagine he had, a history of working in the state government, those kinds of things. And here he is, an assistant attorney general for the state of South Carolina, and he has this 18-year-old stripper in his car. And most of us are, those of us who are way down the food chain, like I am, most of us are laughing at this, thinking it's funny. Oh gosh, one of those up there got it again. But folks, it's really not funny. This fellow has most likely siblings. He most likely obviously has friends and associates and so forth and so on. And it's basically over for him. I doubt seriously if he's going to make it back from this at his age of 61, 62, 63, or whatever it was. I'm not even sure why I'm mentioning this, other than the fact that, well, I'm not really sure. It just seems really sad that someone's career is shot because for whatever reason, you know, they lack a little self-control here. A stripper from the Platinum Plus Gentlemen's Club. Have you ever noticed that all these strip clubs, they call them gentlemen's clubs? What in the hell is up with that? I mean, now I'm not saying a gentleman maybe wouldn't go there, whatever that means, but to call them a gentleman's club, I don't even know why I brought this one up, other than the fact that South Carolina seems to really be, what the hell is going on down there? Some folks may say, what's in the water, eh? Anyway, this is just pretty sad. Here's this fellow who, you know, is I guess looking retirement in the eye, so to speak, and gets mixed up in this mess and resigns that day. It's pretty sad, actually. There's nothing funny about it. There really isn't. I mean, we like to see him brought down, yeah, you know, the rest of us who are down low on the food chain. We'd love to see this happen. But folks, it's not funny. It truly isn't. Anyway, as Pat Condell would say, peace.